Hi guys, so this will be a quick video on just reading the graph. In this graph, we're going to look where it's increasing on all points across the domain. That's common to both functions. So in green, we have a parabola. In red, we have a square root function. And if you look at the parabola in green, we read the graphs from left to right. So it's decreasing up until x equals 0. Now, where x equals 0, to the right of it, it's increasing. And then if you look at the graph in red, which doesn't exist to the left of 0, if we start from where x equals to 0, it's also increasing. So for both the functions in green and in red, they are increasing on all points across the domain meaning x, where x is greater than or equal to 0. So starting where x is 0, it's increasing for both functions. And then from here, if we were to analyze, let's say, the end behavior of these two functions, a natural log and an exponential function, if we compare them, I'm going to start with the function in red. So end behavior means what happens at the end, meaning as x approaches negative infinity, as I get closer and closer to where x is negative infinity, notice that the y value is approaching 0. So as we approach negative infinity, y is actually approaching 0. And if I look at what happens as x approaches positive infinity, meaning following the graph to the right, as x approaches positive infinity, what happens for the y value is it's also increasing and going up towards infinity. Now remember, x is horizontal towards the right, so we're headed towards the right. That's where x is infinity. We see what happens for the y. Y is also going up, where it's also positive infinity. And then for the end behavior on the left here, we can only follow the graph. So as x approaches negative infinity, meaning the left end behavior, it looks like y is going downwards, also approaching towards negative infinity. So these two end behaviors do not match. But if I look towards the right where x approaches infinity, and I look at the y value is slowly and gradually increasing where it'll be approaching positive infinity. So these two end behaviors, as x approaches positive infinity, y approaches positive infinity, their end behavior matches. All right, guys, I hope this helps.